everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Hannah, and before we get started, I just wanted to remind you to please like, comment, and subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that YouTube will actually let you know every time I post a brand new video for you. So today, I'm just going to show you how to make a really basic hummus. I thought that it was kind of pointless to be posting a video like this, but a bunch of people actually asked me for a hummus recipe. And I do have a written recipe up on my website, which I will post down below, but videos are more fun to watch, right? So I'm just gonna show you how I like to make hummus. And hummus is really great because you can make a whole bunch of it all at once, and it stores in the fridge for a pretty long time, at least a week. I mean, I've definitely eaten 2-week-old hummus. I don't know if that's bad or not, but it always seems silly to me that there are people that are still like buying pre-made hummus in the plastic packaging because it's just so unnecessary. It's so easy to do it all by yourself. And the trick to getting like the best hummus, in my opinion, is cooking your chickpeas from dry. If you're not doing that already, it's so easy. I know it seems like a chore, but it's really not difficult at all. And if you're buying them dry, you can get them from the bulk section and bring your own container to the grocery store. And they taste, I swear, like 10 times better. And another thing that you can do with your dry chickpeas is when you have to soak them overnight, you can soak them in vegetable broth, which just gives them an even more awesome flavor. So that's what I like to do. I make my veggie stock from scratch. I just put a lot of little vegetable scraps in a little Tupperware container in the freezer, and then once the container is full, I make veggie stock. I know it sounds like a whole big to-do, but it's really not that big of a deal. And then I have so much veggie stock that I can cook quinoa, rice, chickpeas, black beans, any type of beans. I mean, if you're not cooking with veggie stock, you're missing out, and it just adds so much more flavor to so many dishes that you can make yourself. So anyway, let's get started. So I want to say this is about 2 cups of chickpeas. I use a lot of hummus, and I'm not worried about making too much, but you can just fiddle around with the amounts and see, how much you want to make at a time, and see how much seasonings you want to use in each batch, whatever. So this is 2 cups of chickpeas. I'm going to add it to my food processor. These chickpeas are still warm. They actually just came out of my Instapot, and I do prefer to use warm just because the seasonings and the other stuff that I'm going to add is just going to get a nicer flavor. I don't know how to say that in a better way, but yeah, it's nice if the chickpeas are warm. If not, don't worry about it. I've used cold ones millions of times. So I'm going to dump these into my food processor. And I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil. This is lemon infused olive oil. You can use plain olive oil. You can use no olive oil at all if you think oil is evil, but I like a little bit because it just gives it a really nice smooth consistency and also adds to the flavor. I'm probably just going to add a couple tablespoons, not that much. And then I am also going to add some tahini, of course. I don't think that you can make hummus without tahini. And I will probably add a couple tablespoons of that as well. You don't need a ton, since tahini has a super strong flavor. And then I'm going to add, this is 1 pepper. It's like a red type of chili pepper. I think it's called a rattler. And you only need 1 because these are pretty spicy, or if you don't like spicy food, then don't even add it, but I do. So I'm going to break it up a little bit in here with the seeds because I like to live dangerously. And I'm also going to spill the seeds everywhere. And then I think this is 3 cloves of garlic here that I've roughly chopped, and I'm going to dump it in the food processor. I like a lot of garlic. You might not want to add that much. It's also really really yummy if you add roasted garlic, but I didn't feel like doing that, so another time. And then I also am going to add the juice from 1 lemon. I'm spilling everything today. And I like to add a little bit of paprika. This is smoky paprika. You don't have to add that at all if you don't want to. Once again, this is just my preference. And then, of course, I'm going to add a little bit of salt and pepper. I also like to make different types of hummus. I've added spinach, like you could just add a handful of spinach, which is a really nice way to get some greens in. You can also add sun-dried tomatoes, which I really enjoy. You can add olives. So there's so many different ways that you can like customize this for your taste, which again is another benefit of just making it yourself instead of buying it at the store and having this plastic container that you have to deal with. I cannot find the little thing that goes up here to plug it up, so I'm just going to put my hand up here and hope for the best. Usually about halfway through, I need to get a little spatula and just kind of scrape everything down. That I actually am going to add just a teensy bit more olive oil because I can see that it's super thick and I want it to get just a little bit smoother. Okay, I'm just going to scrape it down one more time. It smells really good, actually. I smell the smokiness.
Ryan Little.
Yeah, that looks pretty good. Now you can make it smoother if you want to, but this looks good to me. So I have this adorable little bowl here that I am just going to put some in. Normally I would put this in the fridge actually and let it cool because it's better cold in my opinion. But I have to make it look pretty for YouTube, right? I don't know how pretty hummus looks though. This kind of just looks like, I don't want to say what it looks like. But there you go, that is it. Again, super duper easy. You can dress it up any way you like, eat it however you like. This is just a super simple recipe that I wanted to share with you. And if you try it and you love it, let me know down below. Or if you have any questions, let me know down below. But otherwise, I hope that you have an awesome rest of your day.